There's a strange pattern in history. The strongest person in the room is rarely the one who ends up in control, because strength can win fights, but control wins people. And when strength finally fails, control quietly takes the throne. Most people believe power comes from force, the loudest voice, the strongest body, the most aggressive presence. But psychology tells us something very different. Real power isn't about how hard you push. It's about how well you control the situation. When someone relies only on strength, they reveal something important. They have no other strategy left. Force is often the last move of someone losing control. Think about arguments. The person shouting the loudest usually believes they're winning, but in reality, the moment someone starts yelling, threatening, or forcing their point, they've already lost the psychological game. Because control works differently. Control is quiet. Control is calculated. And most importantly, control is patient. The calm person in the room isn't silent because they're weak. They're silent because they're watching the entire board. Psychologists call this strategic emotional regulation. When someone controls their reactions, they automatically control the environment. Why? Because human behavior mirrors emotional signals. If one person stays calm, everyone else slowly adjusts to their emotional pace. This is why the most influential leaders rarely panic. They don't dominate with aggression. They dominate with stability, and stability creates authority. Strength forces compliance. Control creates influence. Strength is immediate but temporary. Control is subtle but lasting. History shows this again and again. Empires didn't fall because their enemies were stronger. They fell because someone smarter learned how to control the system instead of fighting it. Control doesn't break the door. It simply holds the keys. There's another reason control beats strength. People trust calm. When someone remains composed in chaos, the human brain automatically assigns them leadership. It's a psychological shortcut. We assume the calmest person understands the situation best. And once people believe that, influence follows. The most dangerous people aren't aggressive. They're controlled. They observe more than they speak. They react slower than everyone else. And they rarely show their emotions. Not because they don't feel them, but because they understand something most people never learn. Emotions are powerful, but uncontrolled emotions are predictable, and predictability is easy to manipulate. So remember this: strength might win the moment, but control wins the outcome. Because when strength finally collapses, the person who stayed calm the entire time is already holding the power.